The postgame press conference. That's the third most total yards by Montana in school history. Then the second week in a row, we've had a top two offensive performance. Montana went on a 124-0 unanswered scoring streak from the fourth quarter of the Weber game to today's game. We've got Robbie Huck, we've got Coach Huck, we've got AJ Forbes. Coach, we'll start with you. Your thoughts after a dominant win for the Grizz?
Well, it was a great job by our players and our assistant coaches, first of all. And, I just heard the 124 straight points deal. That's makes a little bit of a statement there on who these guys in our locker room are. And I just thought it was a great effort today, offense, defense, kicking. I think everybody got to play. Punter even got in once today, unlike last week. So, it was just an outstanding effort by our guys to go out and take that win, throw the punches early, go after them. And I guess if I was going to summarize it, I'd just say that the reports of the demise of the Montana Grizzlies were greatly exaggerated.
Questions?
AJ, maybe you can talk about that play where Osmo broke it for 80, what it was supposed to happen. It looked like he had his choice of gaps.
Yeah.
Can you just take me through the play and how you felt and how it felt for the O-line?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a standard, pretty standard zone play that a lot of offenses have. It's, we picked up what they put in front of us. Guys up front did a great job in making a lane for Nick, and Nick is obviously a stud, so he hit the hole and broke it. And it's always nice to have a guy like that on your team.
AJ, just in general, you guys have opened up such huge holes the last couple of weeks. What are the factors that have gone into your run game performing so well?
I think this obviously we had a stretch of games there where we weren't performing the way that we wanted to play. So, I think it's a testament to us how we kind of hunkered down and made the commitment to continue getting better throughout the season, and it's getting there. So.
Coach, similar question for you. What has got into the success of the run game the last couple of weeks?
I think some of it is, in particular in the RPO game, where we've been able to hit the passes, and then they've had to lighten the box on us, so that's helped. I think we're playing better up front and at running back, and I don't know, maybe we're calling it better too. But I think it's more of just the execution's been improved, and our offensive line isn't greatly experienced and not very veteran, so I would expect them to be playing their best football of the year right now, and I think they are.
AJ, Journey Grimsrud seems like he's emerged, so what have you seen out of him? Because I was watching him pretty intently today. He looks like he's playing pretty well.
Yeah, Journey's a guy that I'm super proud of. He was obviously on the D-line prior to this year, and him coming in before the season and becoming an offensive lineman, and I'm just super proud of what he's been able to do. He's been super coachable. He's super physical. He's strong. He has all the characteristics you'd want, as an offensive lineman that I'm playing next to. So I'm super proud of him.
Robbie, what can you say about the defensive performance, but also just your guys' ability to bounce back these last couple weeks? Because like Coach was saying, 124-0, pretty dominant after the 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, shoot. Each week, our coaches give us a great game plan and prepare us so well to perform out on the field, and I think it really kind of comes down to us just playing better. We've been able to hit a stride here the past couple weeks and just perform our game plans and play better. I wish that streak was still going on the unanswered points, but it's great to be 2-0 in November, and we just got to keep playing and executing our game plans.
This can be for any of the three of you, but over these past 2 weeks, what's a word that you would use to just describe the way you've been playing, knowing what's at stake? Is it confidence, desperation, anger? Like, what's gotten into you guys that's led to this outburst here?
I would just use competitiveness. Every time you kick the ball off, this team's going to compete, and that includes practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. At the end of the season, we can go back to a variety of bad breaks that went against us. I mean, almost uncanny in a couple of games. And this group's competitive, they're confident, and it's showed, We're playing well.
And then Coach Daniel gets in, and how did you feel about the way he operated the offense today?
Britt,
Yes.
he did a good job. I'd be anxious to see the film, see, what his error percentage was. But he did a good job. I was impressed with him and happy for him to get in there and have some success.
Robbie, senior day today, obviously for you guys, and I guess this first question is just what was that moment like being celebrated with a lot of other guys, including Alex, and just getting that moment for you guys before the game?
Yeah, it's kind of cliche to say, but it's amazing how fast it all goes. To be able to go out on senior day, it's pretty. I don't know. I can't even put words to it. It's a surreal moment, and I love our team. I wouldn't want anybody else in our locker room, and this group of seniors has been battling so hard for the past 5 years, 6 years, and we've been through it all, and it's really special. And like a guy like Alex, to be recognized today as well. I love that guy, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future, and I love my team, and it was a special moment.
Kind of cool too, because obviously you were the last one to come out of the tunnel. Long hug with your dad here. Just what was that moment like for you guys, just to be able to share that? And I'm sure you guys maybe thought about it before, but to get that moment, what was that like?
Honestly, I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I haven't really thought about anything like that till that moment. Potentially being a last home game, and the clock's ticking. You never know when the last time you're gonna put these shoulder pads on. So it was a special moment. I can't put words to it, but something I'll definitely remember forever.
And Coach, just this group of seniors, a lot of them sophomores. When you guys go back to the playoffs in 2019, a lot of them stick around for the extra year. Just what has this group kind of meant to this program over the last few years?
Well, they're great. I'm happy that we were able to honor them and introduce them today and get a dominating win. And I'm also happy for them because I think that win pretty much means they're going to get another game after the next one. So that probably puts us in the playoffs, and we can focus on the next one. But I'm proud of this group because all they do is go to work and ask for more. They're tougher than hell. They play football the way it's supposed to be played. Every coach and every team that we play admires how we play, and that's a tribute to our seniors.
And AJ, just obviously everybody credits the fronts. You guys get your credit in some of these yardage totals. When you hear back-to-back weeks of top 3 yardage totals in school's history, what kind of goes through your mind seeing that things are working for you guys, and it starts with you guys up front?
Yeah, it's super cool to have those records, but while you're on the field, you're not really thinking about stuff like that. Like when I saw Nick break it for 80 on the third player or fourth player, whatever it was in the game. It was just excitement. You're happy for everyone else who's making those plays with you, and hopefully that keeps going.
Yeah, AJ, I know wins like this, you take time and enjoy it, and move on to the next one. Do you maybe move on to the next one a little quicker with the opponent up next? How does that go?
Yeah, we're going to enjoy this one. You guys you're a beauty, Reigns. How about you let us enjoy? We just beat Eastern 63-7. I mean, for God's sake. Like 8 hours maybe. But we'll enjoy this one. We haven't watched them yet, so we don't know much about them. They'll have our full attention starting tomorrow, Monday, when we get back into practice. But we're aware that it's the rivalry game next week.
And Robbie, you think you were hugging Dad or hugging Coach there before the game?
It's probably Dad a little bit. So it's always good when I get to see my dad here and there over the past few months, and that was probably one of those moments. But I mean, shoot, that was fun. now I feel like I'm rambling, but this group of seniors, I love them so much. I don't think this group is selfless, and, everyone's team first and willing to do whatever they need to do to get a victory on Saturdays. And that's why I love everybody in that locker room, but specifically those seniors. So I'm fired up for our group.
Robbie, you played Cal Poly last week. Obviously, they're coached by Bill Baldwin, who used to coach at Eastern. Did you see a lot of similarities when you were preparing for Eastern that you saw the previous week for Cal Poly?
I mean, obviously there's some similarities. Both teams like to spread you out and throw it around, yeah. But, that's something that Eastern Washington's always done, at least while he was there. And, he brought that to Cal Poly. But, everybody pretty much does the same stuff, to be honest. There's different styles of offenses and defenses, but if there was something that was working that no one knew about, then it would show. Everybody, there's no secrets in scheme and in football. So it's similarities, but also a little bit of different things.
Bobby, what are the key factors to getting a team rolling in November?
Well, we do a lot of things that try to point to that. It's sort of like what he just said. There's no one formula that's absolute, but we try to play a lot of guys early. We try to temper our practices a bit. The later in the season we get, the length of things we do, how much mental versus how much physical. All those things we try to do, and then, we just always are pointing to November around here. Maybe it costs us in October.
Do you have any memory of Greg Eisman?
Eisman for Heisman, man. I think I was in high school. No, here. Got it.
I learned about Greg Eisman today because Nick Osmo had 4 touchdowns and the school record is 5. So we started reading about Greg Eisman years ago.
Yeah, Nick might have got another one if it'd been a little closer.
Yeah.
Heisman for Heisman.
Greg Eisman is a good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Numbers were great.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's like these guys. He's a good dude.
I wanted to ask you about Drew Deck returning punts, getting a lot of action out there. And while I'm at it, asking about the number, do we read anything into Marcus Knight not wearing?
We had
today?
a number. We can't have 2 9s out there, so we have a lot of duplicate numbers, and so you can't have 2 9s out there. So we actually came up with that this morning, so we threw him in that one. But Drew did a good job. Yeah, Drew did a nice job. That's a pressure position. We could have had him do it, which he's done before, but we would prefer not to. He's been a little banged up. He's been nicked up too and unavailable for a lot of the week. So it was good to get Drew some game experience. We got him one last week and felt comfortable with him catching it. So good by him. Really good.
Bobby, I wanted to ask you talked a little bit about Drew Britt, but you were able to handle a lot of guys' debuts in that second half. They were able to do some good things. Eli scored his first touchdown. Brady Lang had a couple catches. What's it like for you as a coach getting those guys in and then also seeing them succeed?
Well, we put them in because we think they can succeed, so back to front on that. But, the misnomer that people that are, maybe a little uninitiated don't understand that all of those guys, these guys play every game. All of those guys are training and have the same requirements. So if Pod Lang gets in at safety and subs him out, he's been working just as hard as he has all year long. And the same thing, so when Brady went in and made that catch, you saw the eruption on our sideline. You saw how it was when Gilman got the touchdown. Our guys are aware how hard these other guys work, and they're fired up for them, as am I. I guess you asked me how I felt as a coach. I'm every bit as fired up as every one of these kids is for those other guys.
Anybody else? Thanks,
All
everyone.
right, thank you all. We'll see you Monday.